Welcome to Analects of Wisdom, where we illuminate profound wisdom from the world's most enduring spiritual and philosophical works. Today, we're venturing into a deeper exploration of Epictetus's Enchiridion, a Stoic masterpiece that has guided seekers toward equanimity and ethical living for nearly 2,000 years. If these insights resonate with you, feel free to share them, because they might help someone else find clarity and peace in their own journey. Before we dive into the text's finer points, let's establish why the Enchiridion remains relevant in an age of information overload and mounting anxiety. Written as a concise handbook for life, it distills the essential tenets of Stoicism, one of the ancient world's most influential schools of thought. Epictetus, once a Roman slave who rose to become a prominent philosopher, insisted that true freedom comes not from external power, but from self-mastery. One of his key statements is, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." This line captures his central insight. So much of our suffering arises when we misapply our concern, wasting emotional energy lamenting what we cannot control while neglecting what we can. Modern psychology, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, frequently echoes this principle by encouraging us to regulate our thought patterns to manage emotional distress. At the heart of the Enchiridion is the distinction between what lies within our control and what lies outside it. Epictetus begins by reminding us that some things are up to us, such as our opinions, judgments, desires, and decisions, while other things are not, such as the weather, societal events, and other people's opinions. A notable passage reads, "We should always be asking ourselves, is this something that is or is not in my control?" He compares worrying about the uncontrollable to filling a backpack with useless stones. By focusing on what we can influence, our own thoughts and actions, we preserve our emotional energy and lighten our mental load. A related practice Epictetus extols is mindful self-examination. He suggests we remember that we're actors in a play, whose roles are determined by the playwright, urging us to stay aware of whether we're trying to control the uncontrollable. Two simple yet powerful exercises illustrate this principle. One is the end-of-day review, reflecting on what caused us anxiety or frustration and asking if we tried to manage things beyond our power. Another is the pre-task reminder. When you are about to undertake some task, remind yourself what the nature of the task is. This fosters a habit of pausing before stressful activities and clarifying our intent. Underlying these strategies is the concept of living in harmony with nature, which in Stoic terms means embracing the rational, ordered aspect of the universe. Epictetus encourages us to align with reason and virtue. He states, "Live in harmony with nature and you will never be poor. Live against it and you will never be rich." If you are enjoying this video, please consider liking, subscribing, or sharing. It helps the channel immensely. Thank you. In the modern world, where societal pressures and digital distractions can overwhelm us, reconnecting with our deeper values can be a grounding force. Instead of railing against inevitable frustrations, we can practice acceptance, focusing on what we can do rather than what we wish would happen. A hallmark of Stoicism is the reminder that everything is impermanent. Epictetus famously says, "When you kiss your child or spouse, say to yourself, 'I am kissing a mortal.'" Though it may sound grim at first, it's actually an invitation to feel gratitude for each fleeting moment. Contemporary research on gratitude supports that actively appreciating what we have in the present improves emotional well-being. Another passage states, "Never say of anything, 'I have lost it,' but 'I have restored it.'" This resonates with the Stoic idea that nothing truly belongs to us forever. Framing all possessions and relationships as temporary gifts helps reduce distress when circumstances change. Epictetus also redefines success and failure. He cautions against measuring our worth by external validation or material achievement. Instead, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In his view, virtue, acting with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control, is the true mark of success. Whether a business venture flourishes or flops, the Stoic approach is to maintain integrity in the process. Modern psychology's concept of a growth mindset aligns neatly with this, emphasizing the value of learning and personal evolution over fixed notions of winning or losing. Closely connected to this redefinition of success is the idea that men are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of things. Epictetus encourages us to examine our impressions or the stories we tell ourselves about events. He warns, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid, because change often provokes discomfort in ourselves and others. Recognizing that our feelings spring from our interpretations of reality rather than reality itself is a pillar of many therapeutic techniques. It also helps in everyday situations, like responding to a minor slight or a traffic delay, where simply altering our perspective can diffuse anger. Epictetus takes this further by suggesting that true freedom is found in governing ourselves. "No man is free who is not master of himself," is one of his most famous lines. He underscores that those who are easily provoked or swayed by external events remain slaves to circumstance. In leadership studies, this form of self-regulation is linked to emotional intelligence, a capacity prized in effective leaders for its ability to foster trust and clear decision-making. In order to delve even further into the wisdom of the Enchiridion, consider a few more excerpts that expand our understanding. One is, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens," a concise way of reminding us to apply our best effort where we have influence while relinquishing concern over the rest. Another passage cautions, "Be not elated at any advantage you may have, nor complain at any loss. By neither glorifying gains nor lamenting losses we maintain equilibrium." Another line advises, "Never depend on the admiration of others. There is no strength in it. Personal merit cannot be derived from an external source," emphasizing that approval from others is unstable and can't define our intrinsic worth. Yet another quote highlights the importance of regular practice. "If you wish to be a writer, write. If you wish to be a philosopher, study philosophy. If you wish to be calm, keep your mind calm in the face of events." By repeatedly taking actions that align with our aspirations, we cultivate those qualities in ourselves. Epictetus also notes the importance of social roles, explaining that while we fulfill various duties to family, society, and ourselves, we should never lose sight of our moral core. Remember that you are not merely an external form, but a mind. Keep your mind at peace, free from attachment to anything which is not your own. From a modern standpoint, this theme remains vital in leadership, mental health, and personal development. Leaders who adopt Stoic composure inspire confidence and loyalty. Individuals who apply Stoic mindsets benefit from techniques that parallel those in cognitive behavioral therapy and mindfulness-based stress reduction, such as journaling, self-observation, and intentional acceptance. Those seeking further integration of Stoic principles might consider approaches like a simple journaling challenge, reflecting each evening on moments of needless worry and contrasting them with times they successfully focused on what they could control. Another exercise is to reflect on life's impermanence for a few minutes each day, not to induce fear, but to heighten appreciation for the present moment. One might also systematically work on a particular virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, or self-control, for a set period, noting both successes and missteps. Or compile an inventory of social roles, friend, colleague, parent, and consider whether in each role you've been acting rationally and ethically. Ultimately, Epictetus invites us to ask, how can we find freedom in a world that often seems chaotic and beyond our control? His answer, simple yet profound, is that we become free by governing ourselves, by aligning our desires with what is in our power, by reining in unhelpful impulses, and by living according to our highest values. We unlock an inner liberty that external circumstances cannot take away. One of his parting thoughts reads, "Whoever then wishes to be free, let him neither wish for anything nor avoid anything which depends on others." That is a timeless call to refocus our attention on our own choices and actions. In reflecting on these teachings, we see how the Enchiridion continues to speak powerfully to modern concerns: leadership, mental health, life purpose, and social harmony. If something in Epictetus's wisdom inspires you today, consider sharing this video with a friend or family member. We thrive as a community when timeless ideas find fresh life in our everyday choices. May these perspectives on control, gratitude, virtue, and self-awareness be a guiding light in the unpredictable flow of life.